Good morning. Hello, North Fork. I can't believe it's Friday again. This week sort of just flew by. It felt like we were just talking yesterday. But anyway, happy to be back here again. The sun is shining, not a cloud in the sky. It's a beautiful, beautiful day. Sadly, summer is coming to an end, and something's ticking in the back of my mind knowing that. But I'm happily enjoying whatever is left of the summer. Good morning, Tracy. Good morning, Amanda. How's everything? I'm so excited. We have on today Amanda Guilaiano from Guilaiano Designs. Hi, Tracy. How are you? Good morning.
Good morning.
Let me see. I'm hoping today there are no Wi-Fi issues because
Oh,
I see that I saw your stories this morning. You already went for a walk. Good morning, Amanda.
Good morning.
good
Trace
morning.
already went to the beach and did your workout. Oh my God, girl!
Yep, I did a yoga video. I've got a whole setup now. I bring my Bose speaker and my iPad and I play a yoga video and I do my yoga on the beach and then I go for a swim. So I wear my bathing suit bottoms underneath my yoga pants and I just go in my top and my sports bra and my bikini bottom and it's like glorious. There's nobody there. I have the whole beach to myself. It's amazing.
Talk about
Amazing.
private beach.
I know.
Private
Why
beach.
I keep saying to myself, why is it taking me so long to start this habit? now that I've got an impending date of when it's probably going to stop, so that's why.
Well, not really, not really. My version of yoga involves a very long session of shavasana. So I think you're going to be fine. You can just lay there and soak it in. But good for you for doing it early morning because it has been so brutal
Yeah,
hot.
so hot. I actually was sitting there after my workout and I was looking at, sitting on the bench looking at the beach and I was like, okay, I could bring a playpen with an umbrella and put her under the umbrella and then do my yoga workout and she can just play in the playpen. I was like, I had the whole thing planned out. Because I know for a fact, my mom always used to tell me that she would bring me to her outdoor volleyball game or tennis game or something like that. That she had me at 6 months old in the playpen while she was doing her sports. So I was like, I'm gonna follow in her suit.
Well, I'm sure Amanda can give us 100,000 tips of how to do everything with the baby because she's new
Yes.
and she's experiencing it right
I
now.
was like, what are you saying? You're like a mother pro.
Ralphie is already like an interior designer because he's just picking it up through osmosis.
He is insane. Right. Actually, he just broke something in the shop right now. So Ralph's cleaning it up. I know. I heard glass shatter. So who knows? But bringing your child to work sucks.
Can we just take a minute and acknowledge that Amanda has shown up?
I also put a filter on. So.
No, but Amanda,
I was like, wait, I can do this?
Don't discredit yourself because I remember when we were driving up to Outstanding in the Field and you were putting your makeup on in the back seat and I was watching you in the mirror and I was like, oh my God, she's like a professional makeup artist. Like, what is happening back there? Amazing.
I saw your stories yesterday and I was like, damn girl, you clean up nice.
I know. I literally look like a bum or like that I'm put together. But now that I'm actually mom status and completely overweight now, I just pretty much wear t-shirts and leggings when I can.
Hey, listen, we all have to do what works for us, right? Whatever that may be.
Yeah.
But welcome. I mean, we know you, so we can just start chatting with you. Why don't you...
let's introduce Amanda. So Amanda is a staple on the North Fork. I feel like most people think you are a local, but even though you're really not, you're a transplant just like Sunita and I. But you are you run Nicolet's for the Home, but you are an interior designer, kitchen and bath specifically, mostly. But you are a huge part of the community. You've been a huge part of my community, just helping me get a North Fork affair started. And it's just been such obviously our friendship has developed from there, but I know you're always jumping in to help Southold, help the community, really be a part of it. So we're excited to have you here today so that you can kind of share your journey of how you ended up here, why you love the North Fork so much, how you get involved, and how our followers and our listeners can help support you.
Sure. So if you want to support me, I'll send my Venmo. I'll link that below. I only take hundreds. I'm actually from Ridge, which is like, if anybody knows Ridge, I mean, I guess people from the North Fork probably would know Ridge. It's right outside of 𝚑𝚏𝚡. It's just like a bohum town. But that's where I grew up. And then in my 20s, with my ex-husband, I actually lived in Riverhead. So the North Fork has kind of always been my home. I prefer the country over the city. I don't know how anyone, like, I just can't live in the city. So it just felt really natural to be out here. And then my husband is from Nassau. So when we first started dating, I had the opportunity to move to Nassau County, and I did for a little bit. Didn't really care for it. And when I came on board with the Nicoletti family, with Nicolette's for the Home, John was like, where do you want to go? And I was like, the North Fork, because my heart's always been here. So the store was found in Southold, and we have a Dutch colonial from the late 1800s. So that's our storefront, and it started as a retail home decor store. Well, actually, it's really a nursery in 𝚑𝚑𝚝𝚑, which is our first OG location, which still operates today. So they have flowers, vegetables, exotic outdoor plants, and that location still does do like retail home decor and furniture. So this location is a little bit different because my background is interior design, and then I specialize in kitchen and bath design as well. So my baby has been custom millwork. So millwork is cabinetry. So essentially anything that gets done inside kitchens and bathrooms or custom built-ins. But I was doing custom millwork for a local building supply company for almost 4 years. Prior to that, I worked for a big home improvement center. And then prior to that, I did merchandising with Restoration Hardware in Flatiron and then East Hampton. But the biggest thing that I loved the most and missed doing custom, I mean, I loved custom millwork, but like was the interior design aspect. So basically it's just tying. So everybody has this image in their head of like, oh, like I saw this Pinterest photo of this gorgeous kitchen and it's got a big old clock, a coffee bar, and XYZ in it. But the execution for that is always missed, especially since a lot of people go to big box stores for their kitchen cabinets and interior design. So for me, I want to create a hybrid concept. So when I had this opportunity come up, I thought it was a good marriage between home decor, furnishings, interior design, and kitchen and bath design. So that's the baby that we essentially have now on the North Fork. So the nice part is that when clients come in, and when they, of course, see my Instagram page, it's very styled. Our shoots, like when I take pictures of our projects, I do style them at the end with our products and products that I do order as well for clients. But basically when they come to us and they walk through our showroom, it's not your typical kitchen and bath showroom.
Right.
You're looking at like lifestyle displays. So it's a lot more homey. It feels much more like you can connect to the display more. It's not like cement floors that you would see in a big box store or just like this big obnoxious fluorescent lighting. Everything is really unique. It's got, we have everything from custom to entry level. And then of course, semi-custom cabinets. What
I love about the store,
Yeah,
Amanda, you were saying at the beginning, you said it is an older home, right?
Yes.
So there's rooms in that home, and I love that every room is styled to be the function of the room. So you walk into the bathroom, and it's styled. You could have your, but it's also an historic home, or
yes, it is historic. Yeah,
has kept the the vibe of that, and yet put your own spin on decoration.
Yes.
It.
So this fact about the store is that for about 2 years before you guys moved in there, I used to take pictures of that building all the time because it's such a cool, beautiful building. And I used to go up and down the North Fork when I first moved here, photographing buildings that I loved. And I used to take pictures of that building. And then when I met Kaylin through Instagram, and she said, oh, I work at Nicolette's for the Home. We're opening this weekend. And she told me where it was. I was like, I know exactly where that is. I take pictures of it all the time. And yeah, Sunita, you're right. I mean, that's my favorite thing about the store is like the bathroom. When you go in, you're like, oh my God, I want my bathroom to look like this. Or the kitchen, you know, you can really see the design work that you do in a home. So it feels
Right.
in
Yes.
And
someone's home.
we're saying the word store, but it really is like walking into someone's home and picturing what your home could look like. Like that front porch, for example. First of all, it's ginormous. And every season, that porch basically embraces that season.
Yeah.
I love that it's a home store,
Yeah.
whatever, however you want to put that.
Yeah. And we
I'm
rotate.
not a visual person, so it really lets me see what it can be rather than a display.
And we, sorry, my assistant just brought me breakfast. So my eyes lit up. So yeah, like we change the displays out every, like month. Actually, sometimes we rotate faster, but, yeah. So when you walk on the front porch, there's actually a modern farmhouse display to the right. And then when you, walk into our main foyer area off to the right, we do have custom built-ins for a mudroom because it actually has a side door on it for the side entry. And then our bathroom is a bathroom display, and so is the room just in front of it. That's also a mini. And then of course our kitchen, the main kitchen in this house is the custom cabinetry line, and that pretty much wows everybody who walks into it. And people do sometimes, or like I wasn't sure if I was like walking into someone's house, but like we clearly have an open sign outside. But yeah, and I think this house is from the late 1800s. It's the Burns house, which is an awesome house on the North Fork. It actually started as a doctor's office. So there is actually the old, I don't even know how to describe it, but it's like a ceramic, like on the side door. If you like push this little lever, you can speak into it. And if you're all the way upstairs on the second floor, you can like hear it. It's so weird. It's like the old can. Like you, it's, I don't know what it's called, but it's a thing and it still works. Yeah, this house it's actually still a ton of plaster, which is actually quite annoying for hanging products. So they put 1/4-inch drywall over everything and over the old plaster just to like make it better. But we spent a lot of money renovating this store to make it just functional because it is so old. There was like just a ton of issues. And the basement's brick. It does weep, which is kind of really annoying for moisture. It has the lotus poles which is like the old tree trunks as the support downstairs. We found a few quirky things when we were renovating, like a sword. That was, I don't know what that was about. But this house was the Burns family. Actually, Southold Town Hall was part of this property. It was 8 acres. And the old owners gifted it to the town of Southold, I think like 6 or 7 decades ago. So they have a ton of property, and of course the property that was by where Feather Hill is now. And then there's a huge flag lot next to us that goes on Traveler Street, and that was part of this whole property. It was huge. It was a really big plot of land.
I love that there's so much history, and like finding the sword. I mean, it sounds random, but I guess
it was probably like
from
like
the
something. Yeah, it was probably something stupid I mean, it wasn't like anything like cool. Like, I mean, I probably was just from some homeowner who like had lived here at some point, but yeah. So, I mean, this area is, as you know, just like it's full of history. And so the house is really awesome. We have the original Doug fir floors when you first walk in. So everyone always compliments the floors. I mean, me being a designer, I'm like, oh, it's the crappiest stuff you could ever put on the floor. But it was like what was available then. It's like really soft, but everyone loves the tone of it. The mantle in our on our fireplace in the showroom was rebuilt with old floorboards that were like part of the basement from downstairs.
Ooh, I love
Probably
that.
Yeah, but it probably wasn't the smartest thing to do when we first opened because I'm sure there were termites living in it, and there's some termite damage now on the wood floor right outside the fireplace, but it's fine. Yeah, this house was quirky. It had a lot of unique things to it, but it's been nice to see its transition, and we redo the store every single year. Like
I was gonna say, in the time that I've seen it, you've redone that fireplace many times.
Yeah.
You've redone out of the store a lot.
Yeah. Yep, we had barn board on the walls in the point of sale room, and then took that down and painted it. We had barn board in the bathroom downstairs. Then we had a black and white wallpaper. Now we have this Rifle & Co. wallpaper in it. We change paint colors constantly. We've changed the front door color. we really like to do that every single January, because at the end of the year, every single year, right after Christmas, we have our big sale. It's called the big sale because we're not really that creative when it comes to thinking of names like that. But from Christmas, the 26th to the 1st, we literally clearance the entire store out and get rid of everything because we have all brand new products and furniture coming in for the next season. So it's a little desolate in January. So we end up just closing down for a couple of weeks and redoing both stores, like fully, like new lighting fixtures, new everything. And then it gives people a whole fresh new look and fresh new vibe when they come in for the next year. So it keeps us ahead of trends. And I think it just keeps something interesting to look at. And then, of course, our biggest way that we thrive out here is via word of mouth. So luckily, we've had so many, like, I think this year alone, I've closed like 50 projects. And there's still a bunch that aren't closed just because of delays. But word of mouth is kind of the biggest thing that we utilize to keep ourselves busy. We don't really heavily advertise, which is kind of unique, but I just feel like our community is so small out here that people end up just referring us. So yeah, so that's
in this whole year, so much has changed with COVID for everybody and whatever. And I know for you personally as well, because you have this little cutie that I don't know if you want to talk about, but I certainly want to talk about.
He's somewhere.
I was going to say you're a new mom, but really not that new anymore because time just flies away. How old is your baby now?
He's almost 15 months. It's so crazy. I know.
That's
and he's gorgeous. He's gorgeous.
He's a good-looking baby.
He sure is. So
yeah.
What advice do you have for new moms? I mean, Tracy's here, so let's just hear.
She doesn't want to hear my advice.
She does. You know, I think everybody's perspective is different. I mean, mine are so grown and gone, but I'm so blessed because this month they all are here. Actually, one is leaving today, so my nest is going to go back to being a little empty. But it's so wonderful to watch new moms live that portion of their life, you know, that brings me so much joy just to watch. I want piece in there before I forget, Tracy. I follow this account. I'm sure you already do. Stroller Strong Mamas. They do
yeah.
Okay.
I can't wait to sign up. I need to sign up. Yeah.
I'm terrified to join, actually.
You will with me. We can join together.
I don't know. Amanda Goodale's been trying to get me to join that group forever, but she works out a lot. So
listen, you just got to start. Let's do it together. I can't wait. I've already told them. I was like, January 31st, I will be there.
You're right.
You could put Charlie in the stroller and go before. I think it would be okay.
I know.
Yeah, as far as like advice, I mean, I got to be honest that motherhood was never on my scope. Like getting pregnant with Ralphie was a huge fluke. I have polycystic ovarian syndrome, so I've just just accepted I was going to be infertile forever. So nothing ever happened, and for over a decade. So it was a really big surprise, and I think getting pregnant at 34 and I know there's a lot of older mamas that I think are on here, but like getting pregnant, well, yes, but getting pregnant older is a lot tougher than I think you realize. Like, you know, because you just think about your energy level and then like where you are in your career. It's just a different aspect, or at least it was for me. I did not enjoy being pregnant. Maybe for a little bit during the second trimester. I had a lot of complications through my pregnancy. And then I had a really tough birth story, and I won't share it because it's just too long and you guys already know it. So, and then my postpartum was so much, harder than I actually thought it was going to be. And I still don't feel recovered. I've had a lot of medical issues since I had my son. So being very career driven and then having all of these things really made me feel like every time I was getting up, I just felt like I was getting knocked over again by a wave. Like I was constantly just standing in this like ocean of just like drama and unnecessary stuff. And I was still trying to keep a business afloat and deal with all of our customers and then all the issues of COVID. So my advice is, recognize the signs maybe in the beginning for postpartum depression and anxiety, because it's something that I've struggled with, and that I started Lexapro. I've been on it for like a month and a half, and it's definitely significantly helped me. I don't know why it took me so long to do this. But I just think, everything, I think a common piece of advice that every mom has given me, and Sunita, you have told me this about 1,000 times, is just give yourself grace. And it sounds so much harder, especially if you're type A personality, because you just are a critic, period. And you're a critic of yourself constantly. So it's just, I think looking for the signs, and even during pregnancy, like when you struggle through pregnancy, my cousin who's, she does psychology and stuff, she was worried about me the entire time. Like she had a gut feeling. And she just knows my personality type and just knew how hard the pregnancy was. And you add a pandemic to it, which pandemics just make stress so much harder when you're pregnant. And I know that Tracy is going through that right now. And so my advice is just be aware, and don't be afraid to ask for help, and don't think you have to be super mom, because a lot of times you feel like you've got to, a lot of people are like, you got this. Everybody always says that. And then you feel like you have to get it and you have to have the support. But I'm here to say it's okay. And like, if you have a mental breakdown every day or 8 times a day, like I was having, like, it's okay to get help. It's okay to reach out. My midwives were a great support team, which is Gaia Midwives in Riverhead. They were absolutely fantastic during my pregnancy, my delivery, my postpartum, like just fantastic support group. But I just think also having yourself around people who are very realistic is also the biggest thing. So it's not crazy positive, but
I've noticed for myself, Amanda, and you can appreciate this, like I've always been the type of person who I could sit at this desk and work until 10, 11 o'clock at night if there's things I need to do. And only in the last 2 weeks, actually, I've realized like at about
get up and pee.
That happens every 10 minutes. I'm actually sitting here going like, oh God, I have to pee. Right now.
You can go, girl. Don't hold that shit in.
I've found that at about 6 or 7 o'clock, I can't do anything else. I just can't. I can't do anything else for myself, for the planning of the baby, I just have to stop and just rest. And I've accepted it. Like it took me a while, and then I realized like, wait, I felt it happening, and I was like, you know what? You're pregnant. You're just gonna say, I'm done.
Oh, yeah.
Say we'll get done tomorrow, and it's just fine. And I feel like I actually have been very good about making adjustments, like even with the eating. Like I felt nauseous at the beginning of my first trimester. I changed completely how I was eating, and then all of a sudden I felt so much better and I didn't have any more nausea. So I feel like I am listening to my body. I'm listening to what it's telling me, which I hope I just continue to do as it goes along,
Yeah, and I think when you go in more prepared, like this is also detriment to me. I wasn't prepared to have a baby, right? Like I wasn't thinking about it. It was not in the back of my head. So I felt like the second I read that pregnancy test, it was like, your life has changed forever. And like, it was like right there. And I was like, wait, what the, like, I have to make a decision now. And I was very, I don't know if jealous is the word, but, I was very angry that my husband didn't have to worry about it until like after he was here. Like that day I realized I can't have a glass of wine with dinner now, or I can't go have that sushi that I want to go have, or deli meats. Like it sounds so stupid, and not that I was having like deli meat, like, but I was just annoyed that my life was going to change and his was going to essentially just stay the same. So like,
for me, I don't know why. It's not like I have a hot dog every single day, but because it was summer, I was like, oh my God, I can't have a hot dog.
I know, it's just this dumb. And like, honestly, second trimester, I was like,
I actually did have a hot dog.
Yeah, I was like, I was having cheese and like everything that they said. And by like the third trimester, my midwives were like, if you want a glass of wine with dinner, like you'll be fine. And everyone's different, and I don't like I'm not being an advocate for that, but I'm just saying that like, you just know your body. You don't overdo things. You don't, but I just, and then of course, like when I had to be home at almost 8 months pregnant because of COVID, I was like 7 or 7.5 months. that for me was like the tipping point for me to losing my control. So I gained a ton of weight because all I was doing was like eating desserts and doing anything to make me feel better because nobody was coming over. I was like sitting by myself. And although I'm not like, everyone thinks I'm like super social, I just love being with my people.
Yeah.
I don't necessarily care about being like in a bar or a restaurant floating around or something. I just like enjoying like the company of my people.
I did drive by and wave up at your window whenever possible.
Yes, you did. Yes, you did. Or you'd stay at the bottom of the stairs.
And I just want to thank you for being so open and sharing your journey, because so many people in so many aspects of life get caught up in the Pinterest version, and especially with pregnancy and motherhood. I think there's so much, like you said, everybody says you got this and this should be natural, that you feel obligated or you feel like something's wrong if you're not
wrong.
feeling the
for sure.
pregnancy and motherhood. And I know you're quite open with those conversations in your social media feed as well. So I really do appreciate you bringing your experience so that others that may be going through that, whether it's about pregnancy or whether it's about anything else, I feel like it's important to show the human side, especially for women, because women tend to struggle more with, I think, trying to keep up the appearance. So
and
you can have a career and you can be a mother. It doesn't have to be pretty. Have it.
Exactly. And I think what's nice is that actually on the North Fork, especially like Southold Mothers Club, at first I was like a little apprehensive to join it. So like I'm not like put out to be a mom in a club thing. And but Marta, who was, I think she's now in charge of it, she was like, listen, she had her own birth stories that she had experienced, and I felt very connected to her through that. So once I joined, it's been so great. Like, it's such like, if anyone's a mom here on the North Fork and not part of the Southold Mothers Club, like absolutely join it. It's like $35.
How old do your kids have to be to join that?
They can be out of the house. Like, you will just have to be a mom or dad, technically. So
Okay, go look it up.
Yeah, but it's great. It's a huge resource.
Speaking of Southold, because we have 3 minutes left, so we got to fly through our same 5 different perspectives. So, favorite winery and brewery?
I'm not really a beer person, so I don't really have a favorite brewery, but I actually have a new favorite vineyard, which is 𝚑𝚑𝚝𝚑, which is off of Manor. Manor Lane, that's in Jamesport. Jackie Goodale opened that up with her family, and it's awesome. It's a small vineyard. I'm not really big into the commercial vineyards, so it's a good spot.
Favorite restaurant?
That is like the hardest question. I was trying to
eat today. Where would you eat? Just for today, not every day. Like today, what's your mood?
Oh, I just got Wednesday's table.
No, not I
We're going.
I ordered it yesterday.
I just got Wednesday's table now. I was at North Fork Table and Inn last night. I probably go to Touch of Venice tonight. Like,
wait,
I don't cook.
I'm supposed to pick one. Okay, do you wake up for sunrises or do you prefer to catch a sunset? And if so, what?
I am definitely up before the sun rises, and I definitely go to bed after the sunset, but my battery is going well. I work too much to go look at them.
Okay.
So.
All right, what's your favorite farm stand?
Country View.
Where's that?
Southold. Just a little past Giving Room.
Yeah,
it's by the vet.
Okay, I'll have to look at it. I don't know if I know that one.
What? It's a good one. They had good pie.
All right, so in 1 or 2 sentences, tell us why you love living on the North Fork, living and working.
I genuinely love the people that are out here, and the pace of life. It's not fast. It's like you get people out here who are from city or like Nassau County or Western Suffolk who have the same like work hard, go hard type of personality as like I do, but they also appreciate the slowness of being out here. So it's a really great blend, and like you can literally go into any restaurant or go out and just strike up conversations with complete strangers who are all like mostly from New York, and just have some really great connections. Also, I know it sounds really weird to say, and I feel like Tracy can appreciate this. The sober community out here is so open and so large. Like I'm actually been so shocked at to how many people are like just have a really good network out here of friends and businesses, etc. So I just think it's a very connected community. You would call it 6 degrees of separation or something like that. So like I just feel like everybody's like 2 degrees. Like you literally turn around, you're like, oh yeah, I know that person. I know that person.
Yeah.
So
Well, thank you so much, Amanda. We loved hearing about the store, Nicholas for the Home. If you haven't checked it out, go walk through it. I'm not sure what season it is in right now. It's probably in Christmas at this point, is it? Or is it still, is it fall?
no, we just went to fall, but
You went-
I'm
I
gonna
have-
put on here our address so everybody can have it.
Perfect.
It's 53245 Main Road, and right by Michelangelo's, just west of it, and right opposite Bank of America.
Thank you. We loved hearing all about the store. We loved hearing all about your motherhood journey. And come back and join us when you have specials going on or more that you want to chat about.
Awesome.
Right.
Thanks, ladies.
Love you.
Love you.
Bye.
Bye.